Good morning and welcome to my review on taurine. Now, the supplement industry is a huge fucking industry, but it's this huge industry, an industry that very much exploits the shit out of people with insecurities and people who want to get better. Because I would know, because I remember when I first got into bodybuilding and you're looking in the magazines and you see all the boys holding up the tubs of protein and they all busting juice out of it, but they all saying, oh, this product, this test booster, this pre-workout, and they're all drinking this pre-workout and they're all drinking this protein. And it's the very odd one that kept it real. The likes of Dorian Yates now kept it real, but even though he is pushing his own supplement line now, I don't think he even gets other people to push it for him. He doesn't actually talk about the benefits of his own supplement line. But a lot of people, it's a very unregulated industry as well. A lot of people say oh, this is shit, this is shit. A lot of them purport to have stuff on the labels that's not actually in the product because it's an unregulated industry. Now, I wouldn't be pushing for the regulation of the industry because I think it's good for you to develop your own faculty of reason and not be expecting other people to say, oh, that's good, that's bad. We regulated that, so that must be good. We didn't regulate that, so that's bad. And then they start putting monetary value on things because if it's regulated, the price automatically goes up through the fucking roof. But taurine, now, this is a supplement that I hadn't used before, but an Israeli girl gave me these, and, well, an Israeli girl giving them to me, I said, this is coming directly from God, this is a present from God. Why is God giving me taurine? And it's the first thing I have to figure out, why is God giving me taurine? So I said to myself, well, rather than subject myself to the placebo effect, I won't read about the taurine and say, oh, what are these taurines supposed to be for? Oh, they're supposed to be good for the nervous system and everything else. And then delude myself that they're having an effect that they're not having. So rather than reading any, I just said, I'm going to take a couple with my morning coffee and see what effect that they have, or do they make an instantaneous difference. Like I saw taurine in you see it in a lot of energy drinks. There's a lot of taurine in Monster. Monster, I always found Monster to be a very good energy drink. But that has plenty of taurine in it. So when I took the taurine with my morning coffee, what I found is that they smooth out the spike, the buzz. Like, I'm hard to get started. So I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning and one before training. I used to just keep it to 2 cups of coffee in the morning, but you might find a little bit edgy on it, but this smooth out the buzz, to take out the edginess, and a very sustainable. You don't get so much of a crash. It's a longer, more sustainable buzz when you take the taurine with the coffee, making it a more mellow buzz. I couldn't see how they wouldn't do the same if you rake the bag, They would. I couldn't see any reason why they wouldn't smooth out that buzz as well. When you rake the bag, you know what I mean. But I'd say it'd be effective that way as well. Now, some people say, "Oh, they're good for anxiety." They would be good for anxiety, and but I would more encourage you to drink less coffee if you suffer with anxiety. But people aren't prepared to do that, because if you have anxiety, you're trying to upgrade the hardware to match the software. It's not really a good way to do it. Like, as I said, there's all sorts of people say, oh, that's for anxiety, this for anxiety. You could say all sorts of shit for anxiety. But really, the only thing that's going to cure your anxiety is philosophy, understanding life. And it's only with understanding. Otherwise, mindfulness and all this wanking bullshit, they're only monetizing a concept. But the taurine does take out the edgy thing. It does take out the edgy thing. And then when I look up the taurine, I find that it's used by the body for creating bile. And bile is used for the metabolism of fats and proteins. Now, my diet at the moment is very high in fats, proteins, and antioxidants. It's very high in this. I do have some carbs, but it's how you use them. But it's very high in fats, protein, and antioxidants at the moment. And that's why the taurine is excellent for metabolization of fats and proteins. So I actually find that I've been on the taurine for about a week now, and I have to say that lots of energy, lots of big energy, and lots of energy from the fats and the proteins, and nearly could say too much energy because I'm having trouble sleeping. But then I find that the taurine, if you take it at night, seemingly works to help you sleep. I haven't tried that yet now because I was smoking a few joints last night, but that works too. But I'll try the taurine now, for seemingly it helps you sleep. It's not only for energy, but it actually, when taken at night, when you take 2 at night, seemingly it's very beneficial for helping you sleep. So I have to say the taurine comes highly recommended. Highly recommended. I have to say I think it's a brilliant supplement. And for a diet which I'm currently on with high fats and protein, I have to say I'm recommending supplementing with taurine. She gave me some fibre tablets as well, some husk tablets. But I'm going to do another review on them because I only discovered yesterday why that's so important. Because when you're on the high fats, high protein diet, you can tend to get a little bit, that's sort of like keto. But on keto, your breath used to smell like you're used to get backed up, constipated, and then your breath used to stink and everything. So it's very important when you're on a high protein, high fats diet. Not that I'm doing keto, but you need the taurine and you need fibre in your diet. Loads of fibre in your diet because you need to think she's moving, and high antibiotics. So yogurts and plenty of yogurts and like probiotics, fibre, and the taurine, as I say, is a very good addition. Right. It's not that you can stay using every supplement, like I recommended a black cumin seed oil before. But I'm going to try them all individually, and cycle them all. You can't be on everything all together, Like the worst thing you do is go into a supplement shop and say, what do I need? They'll load you up to the balls with fucking all sorts of bullshit supplements. But if you apply your faculty of reason, and as I say, ask yourself, what benefit is of this to me? Then you can try them all individually, and then you can start putting them together to have the desired effect, and an effect that's conducive to the goal. I was out doing the press-ups the other day. I was out doing the gym work the other day, and a lad heard me saying that I'll have the abs I'll be in ab territory in about 4 weeks. And he said to me, you won't have a six-pack in 4 weeks. You won't have a six-pack. I said, we'll have the outline of a six-pack. I'll have the outline, maybe no great depth, but I will have the outline. I'll have I will have the six-pack, but just no great depth. But I will have a six-pack in 4 weeks. And he said, bet you 20 quid, I bet you 20 quid you want. So I'm a gambling man, I'm a gambling man. And I took the bet. Because if if you're afraid to take a risk, and put some skin in the game, you're not going to do much, are you? You have to be able to take a risk. You can't be afraid to take a risk. And I have to say, putting a bit of skin in the game really does up your resilience. After I had a few joints last night, I have to say I was very tempted to have more than the one drink. I was choking with the thirst. But I got water because it's all about, I say drugs are conducive to higher states of consciousness, but if you can control yourself on the drugs, then it's a lot easier to control yourself when you're not on the drugs. It's like one professor says in one philosophy lecture, the best way to deal with trauma is to triple it. It's so when the trauma is tripled and you develop that level of resilience, that level of resilience, and tenacity, then the small shit is nothing. It's easy to just sweat the small shit. It's nothing, but you have to be willing to subject yourself to these experiences and then develop. As I say, suffering is conducive to growth and development, but that's how you develop these characteristic traits necessary to do what I want to do. But so he says, you want a six-pack. I did eat 2 Oreo biscuits, but I'm allowing myself that. Well, it's not even that allowing myself that. I just said, but at least I didn't eat half a loaf of bread. When you get the munchies, I didn't eat half a loaf of bread and a whole heap of drink. No, I kept it tight enough, and no point being too anal, but I did eat the 2 Oreo biscuits. But as I say, I think it was good going. But as I say, if you're able to control yourself on the drugs, you can control yourself a whole lot easier when you're in just your normal day. Yeah. Anyway, that's my review on the taurine. I'll do the fibre next. And tell you how I'll review the fibre next, because I'll be on the fibre now for between now and the next video. Mind yourselves. Bye.